How much did you say again? Okay, yeah, 15.
No, I did
yeah.
20.
No, it's too late. You already said 15.
You thought I said 50?
Because I said, no, I knew you said 15. Because I know I said 15 minutes. But what if we go overtime? What if we go to 20 minutes or 30 minutes? Are you going to add $1 to every minute that this goes over? When does the time start? That's the question. That's the stipulation.
Whenever you start it,
Okay, so, all right.
I guess.
Just when, I mean, it's your time. You can say, hey, your clock started right now or whatever. It's up to you. That thing is too high. It's like it's right down your forehead. You can't, like, what do you want the mic?
What do you mean too high?
I mean, it can be like, I could change it upwards and point it at you in a different way.
Yeah, like that.
Like that? Wait.
Yeah. Is that how it's supposed to go?
I don't know if I can hear you better.
Can you still hear me?
Let's see. Whoops. Oh, that was loud. Let me see what's better. Now say something.
Hello?
Now say something.
Hello?
No, this one's better. That's it. That's it right there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, what were the things that we were talking about every time I've been trying to get you back on the show?
I don't know. I have no clue.
The last time you did a video for me was you and Andrea, wasn't it? Y'all did
We did a reaction
a reaction video to
There's
Secret Life of Pets.
No, we did. I did a music video thing.
Yes, but that wasn't Andrea. That was Christina. Your mom told me a very interesting story about Christina. She said something about another parent. I don't know which one, or maybe a friend or something. Like somebody said something inappropriate, not inappropriate, but maybe like borderline inappropriate to the point where we're all like, we're going to have to keep an eye on this person, where they were commenting about Christina or something like that.
Christina?
Yeah. Of your group, of you, Christina, and Andrea. Like maybe I gotta ask your mom again, but maybe it wasn't like something this person said, but maybe it was like some kind of like the way they said it, almost like borderline pervy.
What was it? What did they say?
I can't remember. I gotta ask her when she wakes up, but it was almost like they're like to the point where your radar would go up to. It's like you're gonna have to watch this. I don't even remember who it was that they were talking about. But it was funny to the point where I'm like, okay, yeah, we're probably gonna have to keep an eye on this person because you're like 40 something, 50 years old, and you guys are what, 14, 15?
15. I'm 15. They're 14.
Oh yeah, you're the cool one. Anyway, but I was like, yeah. Anyway, that's weird. Are y'all gonna get that job?
What job?
At the water park.
No, I didn't go. My mom didn't know what time. So she didn't take me.
Why didn't you tell her the time?
I didn't know the time.
I thought you wanted the job.
He wanted me to get the job.
So you don't want the job?
I mean, I don't want to work there this year, but next year I will.
So what are you gonna do this year when you're stuck in the house getting on my nerves?
Nothing. Okay, what have we done?
We'll figure it out. Your generation. Okay, the thing I wanted to talk about. First thing I wanted to ask you about. Since the last, somebody was like, you guys are talking too much while you're listening to that Brandy video. And I was like, dude, my channel is called Talking Through the Medias. Like, anyway. Marvel.
Has it already started?
It's already started a long time ago.
Oh.
So I got all that on tape. That was part of the interview.
Okay. What did I mark?
We can start over. Okay.
No.
Like,
let's keep going.
your name is Natalie.
Keep going.
You're the daughter of my fiance Joy, who has been on the show many times. You are her youngest, or are you? I love messing with you like that.
It's a little weird.
You're always like, y'all should have a kid together.
Yeah, it'd be cute.
I still feel that is so racist. Everybody loves mixed babies. Like, ugh, God, Obama, get over it. You wouldn't want that, would you? You wouldn't want a baby running around here. You would have to babysit it.
For money, yeah.
Blood. You would be blood. Does your sister pay you to babysit your nephew?
I don't babysit him anymore.
You used to.
Yeah, for money.
She didn't pay you
I mean, it'd be cheap.
to give you rides somewhere or something like that. Probably stuff like that. And me and your mom are already doing that, so it's not it. You would be babysitting for free. Be like, watch your brother or watch your sister. You know, you could practice with Cassidy.
I don't like babysitting.
I swear, I thought you were about to say I don't like Cassidy. I was about to go, yeah, she can be a bit much. I thought you were gonna say, yeah, I don't like Cassidy. Cassidy's mean to me all day until it's time to go to bed. Then she's all like, Father, oh Father, hold me. And this, like, I don't get it. What is that a girl thing? Because her
No.
brothers don't do that at all.
I mean, I don't know.
You don't remember you doing stuff like that? You sure?
Positive.
You do it every day. You're nice when you want something. You're mean when you're tired. We got into it the other day because you were all sleeping in the back of the car, and I had enough fun.
Tired.
I know, but it was funny. I'll tell you. Want to know the truth? I wasn't even mad about that. I was upset about something else, and I took it out on you. So that wasn't fair. But you were still being a jerk. But so was I.
I was tired.
I know. But I'm not afraid to. I'm not like one of those other guys or any of those other adults that's like not gonna admit something. I'll tell you the truth. It wasn't about you. So don't take it personally.
Okay.
So that outburst that we had wasn't even really about you. It was about something else. It was a little bit about you. No, just joking. All right. So I'm trying to get you to watch Marvel, the MCU movies, and you don't want to do it. I got you to watch a little bit of Iron Man.
I finished that.
You saw. What about the Incredible Hulk? Didn't watch that. Then when I told you that there were like 20 something movies, you were like, no. But yet you'll watch all other kinds of stuff and you'll waste hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and days of all this other stuff that nobody's talking about. But everybody's talking about this.
Because it just doesn't seem interesting. Just
That's fair.
superheroes, or whatever they are.
That's fair. Because I always say all film is subjective. That means that just because I like something doesn't mean you have to like it. And just because you like something doesn't mean I have to like it. If we both like the same thing, that's cool. If we both hate the same things, that's cool. And if we both like opposite stuff, that's fine. But the problem nowadays is, and especially on the internet, if you don't like what I like, I have to attack you. And if you don't like, if I hate what you like and all that stuff, like that's how everybody's talking. It's like everything that used to be isolated in high school has now spread out throughout the whole internet, and everybody acts like a high school drama. So now that's all over the world now. So how do you deal with that as a person in high school?
I ignore it.
And so you're not going to let the peer pressure get to you. All your friends talking about Iron Man and Thor and how cute Chris Hemsworth is.
No one says that, but
No one says that. Okay, fair enough. I agree.
I mean, a lot of people watch it. It just doesn't seem interesting. It just
The funny thing about it is it used to be nerd stuff back in the day. And nerds used to get beat up and picked on all the time for buying those books. Now, all the stuff that was considered nerd things is considered mainstream. So all those bullies that used to beat up nerds are now going to these movies now. So, there's got to be something there. You can't just tell me that the only way you go watch the
people
movie.
change. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. The only way you'll watch the only way I was able to even remotely get you to consider watching these movies is if I paid you. The sad thing about it is
Money's money.
money is money. But the sad thing about it is, if you did watch them all to completion, you would probably like it at the end, but you'd still tell me to pay up. That's not fair. Wouldn't it be fair that if you actually go, I actually am a fan now. If you converted from a person who did not care to I am a fan, wouldn't it be fair to say, Chris, you don't have to pay me?
No. Because I wasted my time.
But no, because in the end, if you go, I hated that, or I still feel the same, and if I didn't pay you, then that would be a waste of your time. But if you got enjoyment out of it, how is that a waste of your time? It made you happy.
I know, but I was looking forward to the money. So.
And that is the best answer I've ever heard in the world. That is why you are an American. Because I used to say that to my friends all the time. What did I used to say? Damn it, I'm old. We used to go, it's not all about the money. It's not just about the money. It's all about the money. Yeah. So yeah. Cardi B, she's ruining these kids nowadays.
I don't really listen to her.
Good. She's not a good role model. So who is a good role model? Well, what's her name? The new girl that I like now. That we both.
Billie Eilish?
Yeah. She's deep, but she's also depressed. So that's not an act. I've actually, the thing about her is I like her music, but I actually like watching her interviews more than I watch her talk more than I watch her sing. That's weird. I don't know if I'm weird about that. But I like her music, but I actually like watching her talk about her music more than I like listening to her music. What do you like more about her? Her music?
Yeah.
Or her personality?
Her music.
Yeah. I'm glad. Okay. At least I'm glad about that. I'm like, thank you for not being like wanting to dye your hair and.
No, I do.
I mean, not just because of Billie Eilish.
No.
Okay.
No.
Are you lying?
No. No. I want ombre hair.
You want red?
Ombre, you know? It's like.
What's ombre? I only know the primary
like
colors.
Brown to blonde.
But your hair is already brown.
But to blonde, like the bottom is blonde.
Oh, you want highlights? Isn't that highlights?
No, highlights is like a strand.
Oh, no, you want to frost your tips of your hair.
Yeah, basically, kind of.
Would it still be cool if I told you I did that? I used to curl my hair out. I think I still have an old picture of it. No. Not a perm.
A lot of people get perms.
Yeah, it wasn't a perm. I'm not James Brown. I used to have it curled out. It would be fade. It would be a fade on the side and be all curly on the top. It was actually pretty cool. And then after a while, the tips would be a little lighter than the regular rest of the hair. I wish I had pictures of it because it was awesome.
Kind of want gray hair, or like some type of color at the bottom of my hair.
You are not your mom's daughter because she hates her grays. I love my grays because it's only gonna happen here. Hers is happening all up here. She's upset about it. Why do you want it? Why is that a new thing now? Gray hair. I guess everybody's already used up all the other colors. Like, let's go gray now.
I don't know.
I bet hair is gonna glow in like 10 years. I bet in 10 years or 15 years it's gonna be glowing hair. You know what? And I'm predicting that's exactly what's gonna happen because you hate that idea. So that means kids will do it, and it's gonna be something that you're gonna be at my age gonna go. Back in my day.
It just sounds stupid.
Exactly. What do you think all this not dancing stuff does to me?
It is dancing.
It is not dancing.
Yes, it
Okay, we're going to get into this now. Okay. Back in my day, there was a movie called like You Got Served and things like that where people actually did routines and actually danced and choreographed. I mean, people still do it. But at parties nowadays, I see the younger generation, they're mostly just doing a lot of hand gestures.
I mean, you don't really need your legs. You can just use your hands and your arms. It's no point.
It's like you guys are giving up. I mean, so that means the next generation, when you're in your late 20s and 30s, then the next generation of high schoolers, they're going to be like, you don't even need your hands and your legs anymore. You just move your cheeks, and that's going to be the new dancing. Just an eyebrow gestures.
I don't know about that.
You never know. People didn't think that flat tops would be popular. People didn't think that girls shaving the side of their heads would be popular. People didn't think wearing your clothes backwards would be popular. It happened.
Yeah, I know.
In the 90s. A lot of things that people don't think kids are going to do. It's mostly because everything has already been done and people have got to try to come up with something new.
There are a lot of weird things that are popular. I don't know why, though. Like e-girl, e-boy.
What is that? Okay, now this is lesson time. Teach me. What the hell is that?
It's like e-boy is like a person that like, it's like they dress in like all black kind of. They paint their nails. Yeah, it's kind of like emo. But they don't say emo.
But so it's like instead of just emos, they call them e-boys and e-girls. So it's emo boys and emo girls. Maybe they just shorten it. Maybe that's probably what it is. What's the difference between an emo and a goth kid? That's the
goth.
Goth.
It's like black, like all black, maybe.
Like black people?
No.
Like black folks?
No, like hair's black, your clothes are black.
Everything is like a dark. Everything is dark and despair.
Emo is like.
Emos are willing to put their hair down above their face. I don't get it. I don't get the difference between emo and goth.
Neither do I.
There's actually an episode of South Park that makes fun of that, where the bunch of the emo kids are coming in and then they're getting called goth, and they're like, we're not emo. Like they get so mad. I think at the end of the episode they kill the emo kids. Like it was pretty funny. But anyway, I don't know. I don't get it. I guess I never thought that my generation would be so out of touch because the internet was around when I was when I was your age, but the crap that you kids are doing with it is disgusting. People are getting in trouble now, and it's all, I don't know, everything's going to crap. Okay, so what do we agree on? $10 a movie.
Yeah.
$5 a movie.
10. Wait, 5 times 22.
5 times 20.
Because I already watched
one.
one.
You already watched one. Come on, do the quick math. I already got the number.
101.
I think that 101. 5
no,
times.
105. I was thinking it was 2 for some reason.
That still would have been wrong.
No, 5 times 2 is 10. Oh, but that
22, 21 times. No, 2 times 21.
Okay,
Look,
so it's
I just
101.
confused myself more. 105. No.
No, yeah, it's
5 times 20.
It's 105.
No,
Yeah.
110. 5 times 2 is 10. Yeah, so it's 110.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem with nowadays. People don't use people use calculators too much now.
I use calculators.
Our cell phones are making us dumber. As you know.
No, I meant like I use the calculators at school.
No, I'm talking about something else. Like they've done a study on this. The easier it is for cell phones and technology to do things for us, the less we use our brains. Like back in the day before cell phones, people would remember people's phone numbers, their grandmother, their mothers, their friends, and things like that. Like 20 people, you'd be like, oh, his number is 713, off the top of the head, because there was nothing. You wouldn't be carrying a book around or you didn't have a cell phone with you. So people were committed to memory. I remembered a lot of numbers back in the day too. But the second the smartphone was invented, I started forgetting those numbers, and I didn't try to remember anything. And it's only going to get worse.
I only know my mom's number.
By heart, right? But you can't remember your sister's number?
It's hard.
It's totally not.
It's much to remember.
I'm telling you, it didn't used to be. People used to remember these things because they had to in an emergency, because you would have to run to a payphone or something like that. And a cop would be like, what's your mom's number? And you'd be like, it's 713. You'd have to know these things because you'd be in a situation. But now, because it's so easy, like, oh, I don't know. My mom's number is here. Call her yourself, That's it, because it's right there at your fingertips. If you lost your cell phone right now, that's something we can talk about. Your cell phone sucks. I hate Apple.
I love Apple.
I'm an Android guy.
I will never switch to an Android.
Why not?
Just because they look weird and it's like, I can't.
There's a lot of things wrong with that sentence. One, you're wrong, because Apple is awesome. Like, I can say...
You said Apple is awesome.
I misspoke. The
truth came out.
Apple is awesome. Androids are outstanding. Nailed it. I got a client trying to call me right now, so we're going to have to cut this short soon. All right. But no, I will never switch to an Apple.
I won't switch to an Android. Just the name Android.
It's not. That's what they are. Like iPhone is what they are, but Apple is who make them. I mean, Apple is just a catchy name. This is just it's just a Samsung. Oh no, you're right. Android is the name. You know what an Android is, right? Like a cyborg. That's the word for like a half man, half computer, like a cybernetic, or like a droid or something like that. A robot. It's another word for a robot. It's an android. I think it's like a cyborg anyway. But I don't know why they decided to call these androids. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe you won this round. Maybe the name is stupid. But Apple tries to take over the world and name everything Apple this, Apple that. You know, Apple toilet paper. Yeah. Pretty soon there's going to be Apple toilet paper. You did not finish. That's what it's going to say to you.
Weird.
Don't forget to wipe to wash your hands. And then the Apple logo is going to come up in the mirror. It's going to be weird. Like, Natalie, did you forget to wash your hands? Oh, thank you, iSync. I'm going to go drink some eye water. It's bad. You can't let them take over your life like that.
It's like Alexa. You know, that little speaker thingy.
I will never let Alexa in this house. It's Android. It's Apple. It's not Alexa. Even though, would you be surprised to know that Amazon has more power than all of you? Bill Gates, the guy who invented Windows, and then you had Steve Jobs, the guy who invented Apple. Those guys were the most powerful people in the world. And then the Amazon guy came out of nowhere. He's the richest man in the world, man. The first 100 billionaire. Over $140 billion.
I don't know how they're not depressed.
What, being rich? Well, he's about to get divorced. He's in the middle of a divorce.
Oh.
I wonder if his wife's going to take half. Because legally, when you're married, there's no like an agreement or prenuptial agreement, your spouse is able to take half of whatever you made while you were married. He was married before Amazon was even a thing. So she's been married to him the whole time.
So yeah, she is going to get half.
She's entitled to half of everything, of $140 billion.
So like 70?
Something billion dollars. Like
Dang.
that. That's what she could get. Which would then make him the second richest man in the world again. But then he would probably just get it all back some other way. Probably by shutting down all your phones. I believe he could do it. But anyway, you're not interested in this. Now, Marvel. How are we going to do this? Summer's coming.
Yeah. What about it?
But I'm not going to put you on the honor system. I'm going to actually want to know that you watched it. How do I know you're going to watch it? I'm like, hey, I'm going to go watch Iron Man 2. How do I know you're going to watch it?
Tell you what happened.
How do I know you're not just going to go on YouTube and just skim through the whole thing? I'm going to have to be there to watch it with you. Otherwise, it's just stealing.
How?
Because you can go on YouTube right now and go list the best clips of Iron Man 2 and just watch it for 5 minutes, and then you know the whole movie. But I already know about that, so you wouldn't be able to trick me.
I could just watch it on my own time.
We'll see. No, I know. You'd be doing it, but then you wouldn't know about it. All right. Last thing. What are you guys watching on Netflix? So you don't like Marvel, but what do you like?
Scary movies, funny movies.
Most of these movies are funny. Guardians of the Galaxy is funny.
Yeah, but like
Thor is funny. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth is that they turned Thor from serious to funny. Funny. Guardians of the Galaxy. Chris Pratt, you love him on Parks and Recreations. Yes, he's Star-Lord now. He's a comedian. His ex-wife is Anna Faris from the Scary Movie movies. That was his wife. Scary Movie 1, Scary Movie.
They're still married?
They were. I predicted on this channel that the second he became Star-Lord for Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, they're about to get a divorce. This was like a year and a half before they actually got a divorce. Anna Faris, they were both like little like regular comedian actors, and she got on Scary Movie and became a huge movie star. And that's the way their relationship was. She was doing a bunch of movies, he was still doing comedy and TV. Then Scary Movie stuff stopped. Her career started to go down a little bit. He got on Parks and Recreation. Then he got cast as Star-Lord in Marvel when Marvel blew up. And then now he's making the movies, and his movies are continuing to do good. And she went back to TV. I said it. The second he became Star-Lord, I was like, they're going to get divorced. Not because he did this or did anything wrong. I don't think he did. I don't know. I just think that, I don't know. It was something about it. I just called it. I was like, I'm not saying she was jealous. I'm not saying he was jealous. I'm not saying anything. I just feel like their relationship worked when she was making the most of the money and she was the more famous person. But the second he became a bigger person and he got in shape and his stomach was all six-packed up and stuff, I'm like, they're about to get a divorce. I don't know why. I'm not saying he did anything wrong. I'm just saying they're not married today. And he's way more famous. And she's doing Klondike bar commercials. She's literally campaigning right now. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Really?
Yeah. It's not like her career is over or anything. They're still friends. I think he's remarried. I think he has a baby and all that stuff. But it's just, I didn't see it. 15 years ago, you would have never guessed. She was a huge star. And now she's doing Klondike bar commercials.
I still watch Scary Movie.
I like her around Scary Movie. But that's pretty much the most she's done. She's done that. She's done a lot of things, but she's mostly known for Scary Movie and that other show, TV show, Moms. She's on that show, Moms now. It's a comedy on Fox or something. So you never even heard of it, but it's popular. I think it's still on. But he came from like nowhere, doing little this, and the other. Next thing you know, Parks and Rec, and then Marvel, and then phew. Now he's doing a movie with Jennifer Aniston and all that stuff, and all those people now. Now he's a A-list star. And you would know this if you were watching the movies.
Takes too much time.
Says the girl who's up at 3 o'clock in the morning watching Pretty Little Liars. Is that show even still on the air?
No.
But you're just watching the old shows. Mm-hmm. Are you rewatching them? And you're worried about time being wasted? You're watching shows you've already...
There's nothing to watch.
I've just given you an option.
Okay, but like... Ugh.
I found the syrup in the fridge. I left it there. So you owe me.
It belongs in the fridge.
It's new. It's something new. You're going to get paid to watch these things. But by the end of it, you're going to be like, oh my God, I got to see what's going to happen with Captain America.
Yeah, probably, but like...
But the money will still be pretty sweet. I got to get on board with everybody else, and I got paid for it. It's not fair.
When's the next one coming out?
That's it. I mean, they're this is phase... Oh, sorry. There is another Spider-Man. There's another Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah, I like Spider-Man movies. Those are pretty good.
But the only ones that are connected to these is the current Spider-Man. So all those other Spider-Man movies that you saw in the past.
I haven't seen any of those. Only the new one.
So I've only seen You saw Homecoming with Iron Man in it?
Yeah.
So I don't have to pay you for that one.
Oh gosh.
Technically, it's not a well.
So
It's
20 times 5.
It's like
100.
so. It's like so. Those movies weren't even really supposed to be. Spider-Man isn't even really supposed to be in the mix of this. Disney, Marvel, all these guys, they don't own Spider-Man. They sold the rights to those to Sony. Sony is a different movie company, and they've owned it since the 90s, and they're not giving it back. The contract says you have to be making a new movie within a certain number of years, or otherwise it'll go back to Marvel. And Sony's like, we're gonna keep making Spider-Man movies because we don't want to have to give it back. But they recently, all the Spider-Man movies have been going down in quality, so they came up with an idea. What if we allowed you to use your Spider-Man in your Marvel movies, and then every now and then you can let us use some of yours, and we come up with a deal, let you write it, and they worked it out. So that's why Spider-Man is technically.
So do they still get money for it?
Yeah, they worked out a deal. Whenever it's a Spider-Man movie, Sony made it, and they can borrow some of these Marvel characters. But whenever Marvel is doing their movie and Spider-Man is in it, they're borrowing Spider-Man because Spider-Man is a very expensive, property. So they keep when it's a Marvel movie, they keep all the money. But when it's a Spider-Man movie, even though they're borrowing Iron Man or somebody, Sony keeps the money. Sony controls Spider-Man, but they've allowed Marvel to use him again. It's the first time it's ever happened in the history of Hollywood, I think. Well, not maybe the history of Hollywood, but it's impossible. Like two different studios will not work together to share something that expensive. It's like, no, because the question is, okay, what if I want to do something with Spider-Man that you don't want me to do with Spider-Man? I mean, it's just argument after argument, but they did it. They solved it. That's why it was amazing. When Spider-Man first landed there with Captain America's shield, and he was like, "Hey, everybody!" Everybody was like, "What?" Because he's not supposed to be there, but now he is. Until Sony goes, "All right, we're not gonna let you do it anymore." But they are. None of this is sinking. That's fine. None of it's not sinking in now because you haven't watched it from the beginning. But the second you get to a certain movie, when Iron Man goes, "I know somebody," and then you see it, and then it's gonna go. And I don't think I'm gonna have to pay you for that one because you're gonna love it so much. You're gonna be like, "You don't have to pay me for that one."
No.
So, what about this time? What about here right now? Do I have to pay you for this still? What do we say? $5? Yeah, you got it.
No, 15.
All right, $15 for today.
How long?
I appreciate it. What are we gonna do today? I'm gonna go watch Brightburn. You didn't have any? You didn't want to go see that one?
Mm-mm.
Kid your age, killing people my age with superpowers. No. Good. I'm gonna go watch that tonight. What else? So there's nothing new on Netflix coming out that you're trying to watch? Any new series? You're just gonna watch old stuff?
Yeah.
So when you watch something new, do you ever watch anything new? Maybe if your friends talk about it, and you're like, okay, maybe I'll check that out.
Yeah, like
Wasn't there something that I was watching that you were like, maybe Lucifer? You're not gonna try to catch up to Lucifer?
After I finish my show, because I don't like starting shows and then starting another show. I like to finish one season, like one show, and then start on the next show.
But you're currently watching Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
But you've already seen all those.
Exactly. But I want to finish it again.
But you started over, so you're gonna finish it again. But you already know how it's gonna end.
Yeah, but
But you're in the middle of something. It's weird. How many seasons is it?
7. I'm on season 6, I think.
You're back on season 6. So it's like when I watch My Little Ponies over and over and over again. But I can stop anytime. So you're not gonna watch anything new until you finish Pretty Little Liars, even though you've already seen it.
I was watching not my babysitter's Vampire Diaries, but it got boring. So then it just stopped.
Sounds boring. Yeah.
It is, kind of.
You would like Lucifer. You should probably start watching Parks and Rec from the beginning. You would like that too, because you've already been
It's
watching
funny.
some shows. Those shows. I'm telling you, these comedies creep up on you. You'll watch a show that you've never watched before, and then you'll be forced to watch one episode, like season 3 or something. You're like, what is this? And then you're sitting there bored watching the whole thing, and then you go, that was funny, and then it's stuck in the back of your head. So like 2 years from now, you're gonna probably catch up to it one day and be like, all right, now I'm gonna watch it.
There's also this other show. It's like something American.
Captain America.
No.
I've been telling you. Wait, the Americans?
No, it's kind of like. What is it kind of like?
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Not Riverdale, but
Ugh.
I stopped watching it. It got dumb.
What about the other CW comic book TV shows on the CW? Flash.
I mean, Supergirl sounds good, kind of.
It's only on season 2. You can catch up to it real easy. Supergirl, Flash, Arrow. Arrow's already finished. They've already finished. This was the last season. Maybe Supergirl. Because it has girls in it. All right. Well, maybe. Well, we've agreed on Marvel. So
Yeah.
you gotta tell me when you want to start. The next movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe you have to watch is. You've already saw Iron Man. That would be The Incredible Hulk. That's the next on the list. Let's see if I can remember. Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, The Avengers. That's phase 1. That's the first 6. Then it was like Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Captain America 2, Avengers 2. Then it was Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Then Ant-Man 2. Then...
So it's basically just like a second of a movie.
What? It's like a... It's,
Like
yeah.
the second.
Like
part of a
phase
movie.
1 pretty much had the first movies, and then it led to the Avengers. Then phase 2 had a bunch of the sequels and some brand new movies. Then Avengers 2. Phase 3 had a bunch of the part 3s, and then some of part 2s, and some, I don't know. You know what? It's good homework. Here we go. Let's do it. There we go. You want the answer? I'll show you. I'm going to show you the timeline. This will be the last thing. I'm going to show you what you're in store for. This is what you're going to have to deal with. All right, let's do it. The Marvel Cinematic Universe timeline. All right. The order every Marvel movie came in. Let's see. Okay. No, wait a minute. No, wait. What order should you watch the Marvel movie? No. I don't want the chronological orders. I want the actual order of when the movie actually came out. Marvel Cinematic Universe. There. There we go. Wikipedia will basically break it down. Where are the phases at? There's Kevin Feige. He's the executive producer of Marvel Studios. He's the guy who came up with the whole master plan of movie, then big movie, like shared movies and all that. The cinematic universe. Hulu, blah, blah, blah. Where are the movies at? Okay, here we go. Films. Iron Man. This is 2008. Incredible Hulk. Iron Man 2. Thor. Captain America. Marvel's The Avengers. That's phase 1. That's the first 6 movies. Then Iron Man 3. Thor Part 2. Captain America 2. Guardians of the Galaxy, which everybody thought was going to flop, but made a bunch of money. Then Avengers. And then Ant-Man 1 came right after the Avengers, and that was phase 2. They considered that phase 2. Now phase 3. Captain America Part 3. Doctor Strange. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Spider-Man, which wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened. Thor 3. Black Panther, which didn't you see Black Panther? Yeah, I remember that. That's right. You saw Black Panther.
Wait,
Oh my
that's
God.
part of Marvel?
You didn't know Black Panther was a part of the
No, I just thought it was
Black
like
Panther.
a movie.
Black Panther's first appearance was in Captain America: Civil War. That was the first time he ever was seen, and then he had his own movie.
Damn, that movie did good.
Yeah, if they think $1 billion is good, I mean it's not that great. I guess I don't know. Then Avengers 3, Avengers: Infinity War. Then Ant-Man Part 2. Then Captain Marvel. Wow, this is all still Phase 3? You got 2 Avengers movies in the same phase. That's crazy. Okay, Avengers: Infinity War. Then Ant-Man Part 2. Captain Marvel. Avengers: Endgame. And then Spider-Man: Far From Home.
No, that one hasn't come out yet.
That one hasn't come out yet. It comes out in July.
I'll watch that one.
Yeah, but you still got to watch all these first.
Yeah, no, well, I mean...
You'll watch them out of order. The thing is, if you watch them out of order, you're gonna see things and stuff that's gonna happen here it's gonna spoil you from
the
all.
last Spider-Man.
Well,
I haven't seen the movies before that, but I still like
well,
it.
they didn't really spoil much. They didn't really talk about much what happened out here because they didn't know if it was gonna work. The whole thing with Spider-Man. So they even though Iron Man was in it, they didn't really talk much about anything that really happened. They mentioned the Avengers and stuff, but anyway. So you're way up here.
Gosh, there's so many of them.
So that's what? $5, another $5, five. No? Okay. So you're way up here. Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor 2, Captain America 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers Part 2, Ant-Man, Captain America 3, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, you've already seen Spider-Man, Thor 3.
I'll probably rewatch it, though. Just because it was good.
I will count it. Black Panther, Avengers, because you'll see it in a whole new context after you watched all this. Then it'll bring you new perspective. So I will count that if you rewatch them again in order. The question is, when do you want to start?
Sometime in summer. Because I'll have free time.
There we go. Don't be distracted by the fact that this actor is different from the guy who's currently playing Incredible Hulk. It's a different actor, but it's the same Hulk. He didn't want to come back. Or they didn't ask him to come back. Or they fired him. I don't know. Well, yeah, that's it. So I'm going to go watch Brightburn. And then I'll tell you all about it. And we can talk about it right here on Talking to the Media. See, this
And
wasn't
I can
that.
get my money.
All right, yeah, it's fine. That's what it's all about, I guess. All right, no more celebrating. Anything else that I missed or anything that you want to update me on? All right. Well, I appreciate you coming by and talking with me through all this nonsense. I'll make sure that you don't look totally bad and stuff, and then you won't be embarrassed. Or I might do an Instagram filter on your face and have like a puppy dog thing on you the whole time. So we'll do that. But anyway, you want to? I don't know if you want to tell my audience where they can find. Yeah, no, don't worry about. We're not going to put like your Instagram name or anything on there. So yeah, no, we're going to keep that. We're going to keep that private. This is Natalie. Natalie's just filling in because I couldn't find anybody else cooler. She was the most cool person I could find today. So this will have to do. But we learned a lot of good stuff. So until next time, I guess, go to your room.